Hey, good morning everybody. This is Matt Reisinger with Reisinger Homes. Welcome to my video blog on green building and building science. I want to talk to you in this video about indoor air quality and specifically about sealing your garage from your house. I'm here at a house that a competitor is building, and I'm really not trying to trash this builder on this video, but I did want to show you kind of standard practice for how most people are building their garages. And what we're talking about really is this garage is within the space of the house. So when you pull your car in there, you walk right into the house. As you can see, there's a living room to your left of the garage, and there's actually some type of bonus room above the garage. So really on all walls except the front and the side, there's living space all around this garage. So when you pull your car in there and close that garage door, there's going to be a lot of carbon monoxide fumes from your car. Most people store some pesticides or some gasoline in their garages. And with those doors shut in the garage, really any air that's in your garage is going to get into your house air. So for indoor air quality reasons, we really want to seal off our garages as much as possible from our houses. I'm going to show you what they've done in this house. This is pretty standard practice. And then in a future video, we'll show you how I like to do it. And that way you can kind of see the differences. So let's walk in this garage and I'll show you. So this house was insulated with very traditional pink fiberglass insulation. You can see the insulation is unfaced bats on the walls, and then also unfaced bats on the ceiling space here. I'm not really trying to do a video on why I don't like fiberglass insulation, but since we're here anyways, if you look at where these floor trusses are up here, you can just see that this insulation was fairly recently installed. They've not hung sheetrock yet, and already that insulation is sagging and is not, if they hung sheetrock today, it's really not going to do a great job insulating. I'm sure they probably got R19 bats up there. Effectively, they're probably somewhere around R5 because there's just so many voids in the spaces. It's not a great way to insulate. That's one of the reasons why I don't like fiberglass. So then let's talk about the house connection. Wherever you've got a box through the drywall, or in this case they've got a big electric panel penetrating the sheetrock, there's going to be potential airflow between the house and the garage space, because when they hang that sheetrock up against here, really there's going to be a ton of airflow through these spaces. They did a good job by putting the shear wall up and this plywood. That was a good start. And it looks like they did foam some of these penetrations through there. But now let's walk on the inside of the house and show you what they did. Really all these boxes in here on this side and those boxes on the other side are going to let some airflow through those. And it's going to be very easy for air to penetrate from that garage into the house. Let's walk around to the family room side. I want to show you one other thing. The space in the trusses where the garage comes through to the house, they did a good job. You actually don't see this very often. They put OSB up in those spaces, and then they tried to foam those areas. That's actually a good practice. We like seeing that. However, it's really hard when you're using fiberglass to seal that up real well. See where we've got a duct going into that garage space? They just have fiberglass bats in there. So we'll show you how to do this really, I feel like, the right way on a video here in the future. And so they took it about 50% or 60% on this house. They started in the correct direction. But let me really show you how to do it the best practice method. So I'll see you in a little bit here, and we'll look at another house. All right, everybody, now let me show you how to do this garage sealing the correct way. I'm here in front of a house that was built originally in the 60s. Weber Studios is the architect. We're doing a whole house remodel. As you can see behind me here, this is a standard two-car garage. It's a one-story house, a ranch-style house, compared to the last house I showed you that was two-story. But let me show you how we air sealed and insulated this garage correctly. So we're just about to get into the drywall stage. We're just completed with insulation. And what I always do in my garages is I have my my drywall contractor come and hang the garage ahead of time. So we've hung the sheetrock ahead of time. And then if you can sort of scroll up here, we've got a very low-pitch single-story house. If you can look up in this gable end, my frame carpenter put thermoply up there, which is basically an inexpensive cardboard type sheathing, which works real well as a spray foam backer. And then one other detail I wanted to show you in this house, here's our electric panel, which is inside of the garage. We have a 2x4 wall here, and because I was not going to be able to air seal very well with this electrical box in here, those electrical boxes take like 2 3/4 inches out of a 3.5 inch stud bay. I had my frame carpenters fur this area out by 2 inches. That way I can get full depth insulation. So let's go around the other side and I'll show you what we did. We did a 2-part insulation system on this. As you can see, this is our spray foam, which is separating the house from the garage. And the spray foam, I love it for this air sealing purpose because it totally fills the cavities. Any electrical boxes are totally getting air sealed behind there. There's nothing specific I need to do. The spray foam contractor does a real nice job of that. And then that thermoply that I mentioned, we're spray foaming the back side of that thermoply so that we can totally air seal the conditioned attic space from the garage attic space. So any fumes, any carbon monoxide, any gas they may be storing out there, paint fumes, none of that is going to migrate naturally into the house now. And then the last thing that we did on this house is I had my Owens Corning guys spray Owens Corning Energy Complete on the wood to wood and wood to concrete connection. So this is going to make a very, very tight, very air sealed connection between the house and the garage. And of course I'm a big fan of conditioned attic spaces, and this is one of the reasons why I like a conditioned attic, is because we can totally air seal with that spray foam any of the garage to house connections and really make sure we're insulating this house properly. Thanks for joining me, everybody, and if you've got an attached garage on your house, please you refer to these methods and use these best practices for air sealing, because it's vitally important in the indoor air quality of your house to seal off your house to garage connection. We'll see you next time.